Good morning, everyone. Today we're here with Guido in an area with lots of small lagoons and streams. Look, we brought the cast net, which we have ready over there. We can cast throughout this area. And other lagoons we have further over there, and a little stream. So, well, the first thing would be to try to see what bait is in this place. And once we see that, we'll gather the best bait and we'll go try it out at the stream, and later we'll be heading to the river. Look at this little lagoon, it's beautiful. It was ready,
It's early in the morning, Santi.
with a half-failed shot, because the first thing is costing us. But well, look, we already have a scoop for today.
The thing is, we're just learning to throw people. We've already messed up a bunch of times. We've practiced everything, but well, we're still learning. Leaving tips in the comments would be ideal, but with practice, I think we'll get the hang of it. Look, people.
Perfect little sabalo for bait. Just one, the fish are super frozen, guys. Look at the species that Guido caught. We don't really know what it is, but it looks perfect for bait. Let's stop here and keep casting. Guys, check out what we caught with Guido on this cast.
Look, a baby tararira, guys.
Look at this beautiful specimen. It's frozen, poor thing. We caught it at Plaito, and as we brought it in, we saw it move. Look, beautiful little animal.
I've never seen one this size before, right?
One time I caught a really tiny one with a small fishing rod. But look at this. What a beauty. Believe it or not, the casts we don't record are the ones that turn out well. Look at this beautiful cast, right by the waterfall. Look at this.
How long has it been since we saw one?
We've been fishing with rod and worm. Look at these. It's amazing. Bait, right? Guido, yeah, so, well, anything else? Now let's go for another cast. Guido? Let's see what Guido is doing now. He caught a small sabalo that looked like a pig, but it wasn't dark. Maybe because of the water. We're not sure, just so you know. Now in Angola.
We left him with Santi for a bit, and as you can see, he caught 2 big sabalitos. So maybe we were a bit impatient and took them out too quickly, but we should have let them sink a bit longer. We already have plenty, so we'll keep trying to see what else we catch, but we have enough bait. Hi everyone!
Look, this whole area by the shore is really nice, but there's a lot of vegetation, like 3 or 4 meters. And I don't think we'll reach with the cast net. Look, a beautiful place. But I think we need to keep going along the shore and go around. So, Guido,
We're going to have to keep walking, yeah.
just moving forward, we don't have much left for now. Zabalito, Margarita, well, the beetle, that one, but pretty nice.
Alright folks, here. The vegetation issue, like we talked about today with Santi, is complicated.
We're going to put together a little mixed setup to cast with dough and, well, see if we can catch a little carp, a little boga, and in the process, clear out the spot so we can cast later. With the cast net.
We're not giving up, folks. We walked all over the field. Couldn't show you much because it was thick and the mud made things even harder, but we're going to keep trying. We came over here. I brought the must-have, the mate, so we'll prepare it later since the catfish already bit.
The wind is an issue, right?
We came here because of the wind. We were in a lower, more comfortable area with less wind and some sun. It warms us up a bit since it's cool, so let's take advantage and cast here. As always, we recommend the best Korean lines from our friend at Cosa Nostra. Look at the presentation it comes with, also impeccable. It never let us down, honestly. Whenever there was a tough catch, it always held on with this. Santi, no, honestly.
And we also used it with bait.
Also with bait. Sometimes we use small pieces of sabalito liver or make an octopus shape with sabalito chicken gut on the hooks, and it works well. We use it for unintended purposes and it still works great, so I highly recommend it. Absolutely, Santi.
So let's see what we can catch today with the extra sweet one. A good dough is ready, so let's see if there's a good carp too.
Santi is setting up the pajeri rod to cast in the small lagoon. There's always some kind of bite, even if there aren't any pejere in the little lagoon. Something always bites, that's also the good thing. It's like we use things that aren't meant to catch whatever's there, but we still catch something, right? And here we are. For now, the silver sides haven't really shown up here yet, like we've mentioned before. One time when we went to try with Santi, they were biting on the silver side rigs. Little tarariras, or maybe an occasional attack from a small dorado and so on. But no, silver sides themselves, no. And that's even though we tried in the spots where we know they show up in this area. I don't know if in your area you've already been trying, if they've already started showing up, if you've been able to catch any. Can you let us know in the comments? I remember last year with Santi, when we went fishing, we would catch 2 or 3 and fry them up. They were delicious, I remember. We made them right away. They turned out great. Golden and crispy. Pejuri was one of the tastiest fish you can eat. For me, after boga, it's the best. By far. I don't know where it ranks for you guys. For me, it's definitely top 2.
Look, friends, another small cascarudo. Meanwhile, nothing's happening with the float or at the bottom. The bite is tough. But at least we're stocking up on bait. This cascarudo is the same size as the last. I think this is about average size. Not sure how much bigger they get. But I caught it in the same spot, so yeah, it's beautiful. Let's check if Guido was exploring there. Let's see if we can catch more, Pedgery. Not sure if it's just going around or if it's something major.
He's bringing it in? What's an atalo?
All right, nothing else, nothing else. This is really tangled. Look, I just threw some abelitos. One is biting, the recha is...
It's biting, so let's untangle it and see if we can show it right.
Looks tremendous, just like that.
What did you throw? I threw something. Sandy and I always plan to learn to throw here. With the cast net on top.
Look, nice. It's a white one, man.
I never stay still. Just like the ones up there.
Look, you piece of something.
Look.
Come win the abelitos. It's frozen. Hey, look. It doesn't even move. Impressive. Look. Well fed. It doesn't even move. Look. We saw abelitos.
That's cold.
Yes, it's cold. He wants to get back into the net.
There, little by little, it's coming to life. It's just that the sun must be warming it up.
All right, Guido will release it now.
I released Starboy, but didn't catch anything, sorry.
This is the second one. We caught some smaller ones first. But while there are fish here, they're just not biting, so we let it go. Ah, but Guido, when you get there, see, it's tugging right there.
There, it's right there.
You're the only one who thinks I'll catch something at this spot. See, nothing's biting. Wait, now the floats are being pulled down. Let's walk over here so they don't get tangled. Let's walk over here. There's a terrible gust of wind. Do you feel it? Yeah, something's pulling, something's coming, something small is coming there. Now, yes, get closer there. Well, fish with the rod too, okay? Let's see, Guido. It has no leader. Don't wait. Look, a mini taru. A little wild one, there it is. Did it already jump or get cut? No, it jumped. Look how beautiful this taru is. What a beautiful color. Look, there's a little ring there. What a beautiful animal. Guido, huh? Well, you said you returned 2. You didn't catch a single one. And now you return 1 and I'm already out. Even with the page, huh? That's great. Guido and Isa liked his shot. Look. Let's release this quickly while we can. It slipped out of my hand. There it goes. All right, look. Here we have the batch. This is all to keep 2 little beetles, which are excellent, and some little sabelos. We cut these into fillets and save them. They also include a small tongrel, perfect for the hooks. We're going to cast a few more times with the rod and cast net to see what else we can share. Hello, friends. We were starting a fishing adventure there with my friend Guido. We were going through the countryside to get to the spot. And well, look, here we found a water outlet. The river is pretty low, and today we came looking for pedgery, so we have to get to a spot that's not far. But look at this. It's crazy. We'll keep following the path and show you the place once we arrive. Today we brought something new to try, which is the ataraya. So we're going to be fishing with that net, looking for bait. We'll also close off the area and cast out into the deep to try to catch something big hiding there because of the cold. It's armed with and also, so when we're up there, and leave this. Look. Look, you can see there's still water in the back, and we can throw the cast net there. This whole area is perfect for it. We brought some bait, and well, that's also going to help us attract the fish to the spot. Plenty of firewood, no Guido. That's what matters. Look, a little wheel. Maybe later we'll look for worms too, although it's hard, but honestly, the walk is quite a lot. But when you get to places like this, look at what's here. You see like this. One of mine, one more little wheel. Those don't grow any bigger than that. Guido released it there. But look at the place we have here. Tell me if an amazing catch and change here. Plenty of line. And above all, the place. All right, Guido is already getting the rods ready. We're only going to catch 3 types. That's it. We'll watch the movement, try the float, then the bottom if needed, and see what we catch. Nothing else from the cast net. To be able to try, we also have chicken guts, breaded like Guido said, and well, with the cast net. We'll cast with floats for Silverside, but first we'll try catching something with the cast net. As we've said before, some Mojara, some little Sabalo, something like a whiter bait and cast. Look, it's nice there for the floats or for the breaded one, for the shallow area. Look at all that shoreline. Soon we'll return to show you the lagoon. Let's see if there's anything. Look what it is. There might be something here, look. There's no movement now, but I think something always remains. Maybe the best idea for casting would be over there, where we have a cleaner spot and cast right to the middle, or also over there on that side. Well, friends, look. First cast, there's already something here in the net. Let's pull it up and see. My cast wasn't perfect. I slipped a bit. Here. We'll pull it up and show you what it is. It was on Saturday. Look, a little Sabalo. This one isn't really ideal for here. Nothing. It's on the side. So, well, now we have some bait. All right, I have an onion to prepare what I brought. It's shaped like a carrot, so it's a small onion. We'll take out the knife to prepare the fresh bait while Dios gets his gear ready. We'll start with the little Sabalo. All right, Guido took advantage of the fresh Sabalo guts, and there he goes with his first cast. In case a hesitant fish wants to enter or leave. All right, look, I just set up the Pajeri rig here. I'll bait it in a bit and cast over there after I cast this rod. Let's go with Guido to check out some spots, casting the net and see what we can catch. All right, look, Guido already caught the first little fish. A beautiful little fish. Look at the bait. What a beautiful little fish. So at least it's going to go to some places there. I was about to throw the cast net when Guido and I noticed the buoy sinking, so let's check it out. Notice that you can't quite see it from here, but The first one, the buoy. Something caught a tarucha. It's dangerous because I don't have that foam. I don't have a leader, nothing. Look at Pedro, it cut me. Well, friends, I changed the background and set up a buoy with a leader, a larger hook, and a piece of sabalo to try catching a good taru. I'm watching these moving buoys. The buoys were for catching pedri, but we don't have mahara. We're going to try casting around here. I think it's good here. Soon we'll pack up and head to a spot with holes and eddies, perfect for casting the net. Since there's no space or shore here and casting is difficult, we'll head to the spots with holes to cast. Let's see what we can show you from there. Notice that at first it grabbed the other buoy, but now it's got the one in the middle. It likely took the bait from the first one and then went for the one with bait. Look. I'm going to get closer and try to hook whatever it is. As I mentioned, we're at a tricky height, so I'll go down carefully. Look, it went under. It's taking it. Huge taro. It might break off since it has nylon in its mouth. Huge. See how bad taro is. Look how good taro is for the season we're in, honestly. What a piece of taro. Look, man, really good, honestly. The second one, with the PGRC that we caught, the first one cut us off. Look, here's the edge to cut as well. Let's remove the hook quickly and release it immediately. There it goes. I'm going to give it back to taro. The thing is, it's really hard to get too close to the shore, so he's going to try to release it from there. We put a stick in its mouth to remove the hook, but it bit down and won't let go. Release it and it'll let go when it's in the water. Got it. All right, friends, we're going with Guido to the wells. As mentioned, we've packed the stuff and rods. We're heading to the spots to cast there and see what we catch. And also, above all, to use the cast net there and see what we can catch. These are deep spots, and with good casts, we should catch something. We're approaching the shallower area where we can probably cast. A cast net doesn't work here because the current is so strong that the net opens and can't sink. It just gets tangled. So we're going to cast over there, where it's a shallower, rocky spot, and see what we can catch. Here, we're getting to where the shallow part meets the deep part. The river's so low, it's amazing how much it's dropped.